Let's move on and bring in Eswar Prasad, Senior Professor of Trade Policy at Cornell University, previously head of IMF's China Division. He joins us from DC as part of the Credit Suisse Asian Investment Conference. Eswar, always good to talk to you. Before we get into the future of money and digital payments, in the here and now, Eswar, do the sanctions against Russia and the realignment that we are seeing between Russia and China accelerate the adoption of their alternative systems and the demise of the dollar?
The first part, yes. The second part, not quite, Sri. I think we're going to see emerging market countries, including China, Russia, India, a whole lot of others, beginning to trade more directly using their currencies rather than using the dollar as a vehicle or intermediary currency. New technologies are making it much easier and cheaper to trade directly in those currencies without having to rely on the traditional reserve currencies. But having said that, it's going to be difficult to move away so quickly from a dollar-dominated financial system because that's still the deepest and most liquid currency to trade in. And even if the dollar's role as a payment currency were to erode somewhat, it's still going to remain by far the most important payment currency. And as a reserve currency, I certainly don't see the renminbi or any other currencies posing a serious threat to the dollar. But as a payment currency, we are going to see some changes coming.
When do you think that narrative changes, Eswar? And what do we need to see in terms of volumes, transacted trade flows, to really say with certainty that digital yuan, digital ruble, even digital rupee have really come of age?
Now, the digitization of those currencies by themselves will not make a huge difference, Sri, because after all, most international payments are already digital. I think it is the viability of those payment systems to be able to communicate more directly with each other that is really the key issue. Right now, for instance, China's cross-border interbank payment system, CIPS, has reached a certain level of maturity. It's got a number of participants, both domestic and foreign, who are able to use it. But the Russian payment system is not quite as mature yet. It doesn't have the technical capabilities to directly communicate with CIPS. It doesn't quite have the reliability, either technical or in terms of the number of participants involved. Likewise, in India's case and in the case of many other emerging market economies, the payment systems that can connect to CIPS are not quite at the maturity they ought to have yet. But that's coming soon. I think new technologies catalyzed by the development of cryptocurrencies, although they may not directly use cryptocurrencies or blockchain technology, are going to lead the way. The creation of digital central bank currencies certainly will help because central banks are providing not just retail but also wholesale versions of their official currencies, and those can be used in order to bridge many of the inefficiencies that now exist in international payments. So change is coming, but it's not quite here yet.